live in high definition from your 24-hour news source. You're watching KCRG TV9 News at 6 with Bruce Owney and Beth Malicki.
University of Iowa doctors are testing a vaccine they hope can stop a deadly new strain of bird flu.
The H7N9 strain infected about 140 people in China last spring. 44 of those people died. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a mortality rate of about 30%, which is very high. So far, the strain has been confined to China. KCRG TV9's Brady Smith joins us now in our studio.
So, Brady, what are the chances that this strain of flu could come to the U.S.?
Well, right now, doctors say they just aren't sure, but they're taking every precaution in case it does. And they worry that if the H7N9 strain develops the ability to jump from person to person, it could lead to another pandemic spreading quickly through human populations with no immunity. Dr. Pat Winokur says the last flu pandemic in 2009 was caused by the H1N1 strain, originating in swine and then jumping to humans.
It swept through the world very, very quickly. This strain has a much higher mortality associated with it.
She says the H7N9 strain originated in wild birds, jumping to domestic birds and then people in China. It causes severe respiratory illness. But Winokur says the high mortality rate associated with the infection isn't the only thing that has doctors worried.
The human population has never seen this type of influenza before, and that means our immune system is not very good at developing a rapid antibody response to this type of flu.
She believes that in order for it to be effective, the H7N9 vaccine will need to contain adjuvants, compounds to boost the body's immune system. Winokur says another concern is that this strain doesn't appear to discriminate by age, so children and the elderly are not the only ones at risk.
The data from China, actually it was more the middle-aged population that was most at risk, and that's probably because they had the most bird exposure.
Doctors are also trying to determine if or when H7N9 will mutate, allowing it to become contagious.
They're starting to acquire some of the mutations that we think might allow it to transmit from person to person more readily.
Now, the University of Iowa is one of several sites around the country conducting this vaccine test funded by the National Institute of Health. And Dr. Winokur says a vaccine could be available within about 4 months of it getting approved. But that is a weeks-long process to find out what size of dose is needed and measuring the immune response in those participants. The university is enrolling 175 people for this study, and they say that they are still looking for more people. So if you're interested, you can call 319-356-4848 to learn more.
Thank you.
Thanks.